Hey guys, how's it going? This is Michael.
This is Kyle.
And this is our reaction of the Apple Keynote that happened a few days ago. So we're going to go over exactly what Apple launched, what it revealed. But overall, Kyle, what were your impressions?
It was a keynote. It was one of their better keynotes.
Yeah.
It was fine. I mean, there wasn't anything like crazy revealed there or anything, or anything that we weren't expecting because of the leaks or anything like that.
Yeah, they did have a lot of leaks. I've noticed they had a lot of leaks this keynote as opposed to other keynotes.
Everything leaked. Like there was literally, I don't think, any surprise other than watching how the stuff actually worked, like the FaceTime ID and how it worked in person. But,
yeah. All right. Well, let's get straight up into it. The first thing that they revealed at the Apple 2017 keynote was the watch. The watch went through some major upgrades, finally caught up to every single other smartwatch out there on the market by adding cellular. So the new Apple Watch has cellular now.
It has LTE, so I mean, it's going to be an extra $10 a month on your phone bill. They've already.
Oh, is that what it is? It's a monthly charge.
Yeah. Okay. So they've announced the price, and so you don't have to have like a separate cell signal for your watch. It's just added on if you want to use your Apple Watch. $10 a month more on your phone bill. But no, it's good. I mean, now you don't have to have it tethered. I think one of the big problems before is that it's tethered to your phone, so your battery power on your phone is just constantly dying, and because you got to keep that connection there with it, and then it has to be within range. So you have to, if you want to go out jogging, you have to take your phone out jogging with you. If you want to go out surfing or swimming, your phone has to be right there with you. You can't leave it in a locker or something. So definitely the biggest improvement, and really the last really major step that I think the Apple Watch needed.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that was kind of the theme of the entire keynote, is that there were a lot of advances made that were big for Apple that a lot of other companies have already had for a while, but it seems like they kind of made themselves up to par in that respect. So the watch, obviously, that had cellular.
How many watches out there actually have LTE though?
There's a few. Android. I'm pretty sure Android has one, or Microsoft. There are a couple out there that do have cellular, but obviously not. It's not going to be as big as quality as the Apple Watch will have. Hey, buddy, it's my dog. But yeah, so they also got an internal heart rate stuff. They got a new OS for it. Got a lot of analyzing stuff. Nothing too groundbreaking. Again, with the exception of the cellular, that was kind of the big part.
Right. The iOS was really good, but that was revealed back in June with the rest of the stuff. But it was good. The watch was.
But yeah, so moving on to the next one. So the next thing that came out after that was Apple TV. So Apple TV got a pretty big. So I'm actually really excited about one of the aspects of the Apple TV that came out. They're adding live sports to Apple TV, which is really cool. Live sports and live news, which is really cool. I have actually gotten rid of my cable box.
I think a lot of people have actually.
Yeah, and because honestly, with so many venues and forums for you to watch that type of stuff, it's not really necessary to have a cable box anymore. So I have an Amazon Stick. I watch live TV fine just on it, except for and I only get the big channels, AMC, TBS, that type of stuff. Those are the channels I watch anyway. So, and then also ESPN, ESPN2, and that type of thing. So now it looks like that's going to be available on the Apple TV.
Well, which is good, and it's 4K, which is the big upgrade is that you're gonna finally be able to have your 4K TV there too. So,
hi everybody. True. So we also have that. We also have the 4K resolution now for the Apple TV, which is really cool. Full HD games, so the full HD games. That's going to be really cool. They kind of got they did an intro for Sky.
Yeah. I also I think the best part of it was all of the movies that you're gonna, because they were in this huge fight with the studios. Were they going to charge $19.99 for your 4K movies, or are they going to charge $24.99 for your 4K movies? The studios wanted $24. Apple wanted to keep it at $19.99. Apple wins out, and now all of your movies that you've ever bought in HD on iTunes will instantly be changed to 4K movies.
See, and that's really cool, because I know you have a vast collection. And we all just do family share, and we watch his movies because he buys them and we all get to watch them. But he has a vast, blockbuster type movies collection on your phone. So it's actually really nice that you're going to be able to watch 4K.
Right. I love it. Well, as soon as we get the 4K TV.
It's 4K. Well, we don't have a 4K TV, but it's 4K. Would that be backwards compatible? Would it look better at all on a regular HD TV or LCD or anything like that?
Like if they upgraded to 4K on our movies.
Yeah, am I going to see any difference? No, it'd be the same. Okay, cool. So that was the Apple TV. Moving on next to the very big and long-awaited, except for before the leaks, iPhone 8.
Yes.
iPhone 8, monumental changes. No, actually, no. The iPhone 8,
more
not,
like
not
an
at all.
iPhone 7 Plus. It's pretty.
iPhone 7S. Right?
S.
Okay.
Sorry. iPhone 7S and the iPhone 7S Plus. It's more.
You really should have just called this the S, because there's not much difference between.
I'm not sure where they're headed marketing wise, right? Because you felt like there were just a couple of like future things that could happen, like some hiccups. Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about the iPhone 10 later, which should have been called the iPhone X. Like it literally had an X, but they called it the 10.
Yeah.
That's gonna introduce some marketing troubles when they get to the actual iPhone 10, and now they've skipped iPhone 7S and they've jumped to iPhone 8,
and then blocked out completely iPhone 9. Like what's gonna happen there when they finally introduce like the next generation of iPhone? Are they just gonna skip 9 and go straight to 11? Or like what's going to happen here?
How in 10 years are you going to say, or like 5 years, you're going to say, I have an iPhone 9, but that's more advanced than the iPhone 10 that just came out.
I know.
But the iPhone, whatever they call the one after the 9, is more advanced than that.
So basically, I'm predicting that the iPhone 9 is going to be the iPhone 7SS. Or just a little bit more of an upgrade.
I think that calling them calling this new phone the iPhone 10, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I think that kind of signals that maybe they're going to change their naming schemes when they get to iPhone 10.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think it's just going to be 8, 7, 8.
Maybe it'll be like Yosemite 2 or like or whatever the OS.
The way they do their Mac OS.
Yeah. So iPhone
8. Okay, so iPhone 8, not very much improvement. No. Some camera improvement functionality.
It's faster, stronger. Faster, stronger. They introduced like a new neural processing unit, which apparently is
A11 Bionic.
Which apparently is a lot faster than the 7.
But it's the same iterative upgrades. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a huge technological achievement to increase your CPU and increase the efficiency of the CPU while increasing the power. Like that's awesome. But they do that every year, and you expect that every year. Not to say it's not like a technological marvel and achievement, but they do that every year. Yeah. So you expect it. So when you hear that there's that jump and they highlight that, you're like, okay, well, we were expecting
cool.
that.
They're always better. And honestly, does somebody have really an issue with the processing power of an iPhone? Why do you need to keep revamping that?
Especially as we go into like more and more high definition video and everything, and now that phones can take 4K video, you are going to need more processing power.
And that was one of the things, is that they did get a better camera for the iPhone 8. They really emphasized the camera on this one. But my question is how many people out there actually use those types of techniques? If you're going to alter a camera, if you're going to alter an image, typically I would imagine if you're a high performing photographer or something like that, you're going to be doing that in After Effects or something afterwards, so you can have more control over it than just adjusting the lighting while you're actually taking the live photo.
I think you'd be surprised at how many amateur photographers there are out there.
Well, yeah, but like editing it live photo, like you need that type of control while you're doing the actual photo, because you're going to touch that up afterwards anyway for a professional photographer.
If you want to, otherwise, like let's say you're a marketer or you're in social media, you just want to post a good.
So maybe just light amateur, that type of stuff. Yeah. Okay, I mean that makes sense. Faster camera, faster frame rates. Another big one was AR technology is being now heavily introduced in the iPhone 8. That was a big emphasis. They did the little display on the table, which was really cool. They had a game that they played.
I'm telling you, I feel like AR is the future, of gaming and that type of stuff. Like, I don't think anything will ever replace like TV gaming, but man, AR is just being able to go around. Like, there's just some really, once the technology is like there, where like it legitimately looks like whatever's happening. Yeah. It's able to stick and look like it's in the real world. You're going to see so many cool applications for that.
Definitely. And one of the really cool applications for it was they did a video of a sports game, like the MLB sports game, where they held up the AR video, and then you actually got to see player cards of the people out on the field, so you can see information of them. I think that's really cool.
That's very, very
That's like a really interesting
lifetime stats.
Exactly. That's
cool.
That's really cool. The other one that they introduced finally in the iPhone 8 that other phones have had for a while was wireless charging.
Yes. Okay. Also, another big one, and they've been trying to do this for years to try and get it, but that's in terms of the design. You won't really notice the difference between the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 8, other than the front and back are all glass now, and the reason that they're all glass, so you can get the charging coil through or you can get the charger through it. But
there was a good point. There was a good point that was raised up to me. When my phone, at the end of the day, when my phone's dead and I need to charge it, but I still want to be on it, I use the cord, right? Because then you can have it charging and you can play on your phone. How are you supposed to charge your phone and be on it at the same time?
Well, I also think that in the future, as you go to restaurants and the entire table is like a charge, like they have those now. But if you go to your table is a charging thing. You just put your phone on the table and it's charging it. There'll be less need for having to charge it with a cord. Like your battery won't be as dead as often as it is now, as it will be, or as it'll be more.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair point, but I still have to imagine at the end of the day you're going to be on low on battery. So if I want to watch Netflix on my phone,
but to be fair, that's not like it's not an option. You can still do it.
Well, yeah, but then you have to you can't lay in bed and watch it in your hand. You have to lean over and all over your nightstand and see it.
You can still cord charge your phone.
Can you? Yeah. See, I thought they got rid of the cord. I thought they got rid of everything.
The lightning adapter's still on the bottom, so you can still do that.
Okay, well there you go, and that solves my problem. The last one that got introduced was iPhone 10. iPhone 10. Now this one is a game breaker. So they introduced iPhone 8 and iPhone 10.
Game breaker or game changer?
Game changer for iPhone anyway. They introduced iPhone 8 and iPhone 10. Sorry for that interruption. My dog came in here with a chew toy. So the iPhone 10 got rid of all the buttons and everything. So there's just all swipe and I don't know, Kyle. How do you feel about that?
It'll probably take some getting used to. Every time they introduce a new feature, you're not sure how you're going to react to it. Like the thumbprint, instead of clicking, and typing in your password, how is the thumbprint going to work? Was it going to be fast enough? Was it, were you going to be able to do it? Once it happened, then you're good. We were fine. But and we got used to it. Same thing here. I'm not really worried about it. You'll get used to the controls, and it'll put you'll get muscle memory. You'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure that'll be fine.
That's true, I suppose. That's true, I suppose. I am a big user of I'm a big fan of hard press buttons. So I don't know. So I mean that's true, but then again, when I first started,
you don't like the 7s.
No, I don't like the 7. I really don't.
Like it at all, really?
It's weird. It's weird, man. You press it, but you're not really pressing it, but you feel the vibration.
Would you rather have buttons, and then if you drop this into a pool, you need to get a new phone, or now it's waterproof because
I don't drop my phones into pools, so I'll be okay. In any case, the biggest advancement they made for the iPhone 10, which is actually probably a technological advancement more than it is for a phone application, is really good face recognition software. So they now have cameras on the front, which will open your phone, how you have the touch screen ID, the Touch ID. Well, now they have Face ID, where you're able to open up your phone just by looking at your phone, and the camera will see you and detect you and know that it's you, and then go ahead and open up and unlock your phone.
Yeah, and they had a demo of it, and it didn't work.
Yeah, that was really funny. He was saying how easy it is and how great it is, and it works all the time. He does it, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and then he manually has to unlock it.
So, do you know what actually happened there?
No, I haven't.
Apparently, before the conference, a bunch of different people were using the phone, and as they were looking at it, they were getting the it didn't read your fingerprint.
Yeah.
So that happened 10 times, and then once that happens enough times,
he got locked out.
You got locked out. So it did read his Face ID, and if you look at the thing, it says Face ID read. Please enter your passcode to unlock your Face ID features. So
he got locked out. So everyone tried. Okay, so that's really funny.
Yeah.
So it worked then in theory, kind of.
I have a feeling they talked about doing this a while ago, but all the technology out there, this is supposedly years ahead of other companies doing their stuff. So,
this is iRobot stuff that scans your eyeball or Minority Report, scan the eyeball, scan the face, make sure you get.
What's really funny is in all those movies, iris scanning was the future. That's super future. That's super outdated now.
Iris scanning full face, body, right? Biometric type of thing.
Exactly, it's a biometric scan.
The other thing they introduced into the iPhone 10 was the last thing that to me was kind of when they introduced the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 6 when they had the full. Or the iOS, the latest iOS anyway, where they have the full screen text, where you text and you can send birthday and you can have funfetti go over the whole screen. Well, here comes a new thing like this, emojis is what they call it, animated emojis, and you can actually have, because of the face technology, you can actually have your face super lined, Why am I can't think of the word right now.
Superimposed
onto a type of animated face like a Kermit the Frog or
not really
something
superimposed,
like
but
essentially it's like the
movement,
Snapchat filter where you guys have you can turn the head and speak the moves like the Snapchat filter, except for now you can actually have that built into your phone, and they're called animojis, and you can send them to other people, which kind of seems kind of fun. It seems more of a practical purpose than the actual funfetti type.
It would be fun to do that from iPhone 10 to iPhone 10, but you can't do that with any other phone other than iPhone 10.
Can you go iPhone 10 to iPhone 6? Or
I would imagine you can, but there's no way to respond with an Animoji to that.
Yeah.
Plus, iPhone 10 doesn't come out until November.
Yeah.
So
we won't actually know.
And it's going to be very limited run. So I think the big takeaway from this is the iPhone 10 is the future of what they want to do with the iPhone. Yeah. But I think they kind of realize that people aren't ready to make that just huge, drastic jump yet. So here's the iPhone
8, which is kind of like the 7S to kind of get you there.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
So you still have this option if you really like the buttons and you really like the fingerprint and everything and all that stuff. But you also have if you really want the tool. And the display was we gotta talk about the display. The display was really awesome. It's an edge-to-edge curved display. The curve kind of goes around. Yeah. You have these little ears that go around where the front facing camera is. Yeah. I think they internally call them ears, the
little nodules, a little
those little nose. But it's really interesting because the phone is I guess kind of big, maybe bigger than the 7, but you have to go from swipe up to unlock the phone down. If you want your control panel, you have to go up here to this side.
Yeah.
And if you want your notifications, you have to go to this side.
Yeah.
So, it's like I said, it's going to take some getting used to. And my trepidation would be for people who have smaller hands or, people want them. But you don't have to get the iPhone 10. That's a premium product. It's expensive. Its base model is $1,000.
Well, $999.
$999.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us and watching us on our summation of the 2017 Apple Keynote, September. Please let us know what you think down below. Like us, subscribe. We are coming out with more and more videos every day. Let us know, and thank you so much. And as always, this is Michael.
This is Kyle.
And this has been a critique on the universe of Apple Keynotes.